got to find a nice medium to it. Okay. And I will be making sure that I critique you guys based on that. If I say something that sounds negative, it's not negative. It's just to make you better. It's to say, okay, no, we can't do it that way. This is another different way to do it. This is another way that you try this. Like that ain't gonna work, you know. So just make sure that you know that it's just tough love. It's nothing personal. We're trying to make sure that you know how to lash at the end of the day. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do lashes on the sponge. I'm gonna show you how to isolate and hold the tool. And then I'm gonna actually then I'm gonna give you guys a sponge. Do you have sponges in your kit? No? Okay. I'll give you a sponge and then we can practice practice isolation. Um, Classic placement on a mannequin. Lashes are isolated with the non-dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, you want to use your right hand for isolation. If you're right-handed, you want to use your left hand for isolation. I'm a lefty. Anybody in the room a lefty? Really? That's how we doing? I thought there was at least one. Man, online students, do you see this? I got no lefties amongst us. Shame on them. Work from side to side in a methodical manner. So meaning you want to lash the outside lash of this one. Then you want to go the outside lash of this one. Then you want to go the inside lash of this one. Then you want to go to the inside lash of this one. Then you want to go to the middle of this one and the middle of this one. And you go back to the outside, back to the outside, back to the inside, back to the inside, back to the middle, back to the middle. Does anybody have a guess as to why?
Don't have time to dry.
Right? So they have time dry. And what else? There's another reason. So you can look and be even. Right? And the look needs to be even. Why? Because in case what? You run out of time. In case, because each person has 100 to 125 lashes per eye. Y'all are beginners. You're trying, except for you. You know, and it may come easy to you. You might be like, I got this. This ain't nothing. Oh, this is it. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna challenge you even more. I'm gonna push you wherever you are. Let's say you got it. Okay, good. Okay, now do this. Yeah. I'm gonna keep challenging you and pushing you so you can be great. Okay, but if you're like, okay, I cannot. Just if she has an emergency, she has to get up and run up out of here. Husband was supposed to pick up the baby. He didn't. He thought it was a different day. Okay, he went golfing, and you laying on the table, and you got to go, and your client has to go. If you putting all the lashes over here, and she has to leave before her appointment's over. How's she looking? She looking like a pirate. Now she got to go buy a patch. You got her looking crazy out here in these streets. Make sure you even them out. If you run out of time, and she's like, you know what? I've already been laying here for 3 hours. I'm tired. I can't keep going. And you're like, well, you about 70% lash. I'll be here the day after tomorrow at 2. And she's like, okay, that works for me. Guess what? She's got to go 2 full days and walk around looking like that. If you got all the lashes on one end, then how's she looking? She's looking crazy, ain't she? Mm-hmm. So you can't do that. You have to hop around. Here, middle. Corner, middle. Here, corner, middle. Just hop around. And I don't care if you start in the corner first. You can go here, outer, middle. I don't care where you go. You can go middle, out. You know what I mean? I would suggest the 2 ends first because you have to let the glue set. Even though you know that it dries in a half a second to a second, it's going to dry, the contact dry. But it's not, you don't want them to get it wet for 24 hours or 12 hours rather. So you don't want them to get wet to the next day. So you don't want to be leaning on it and doing all kind of stuff to it and moving lashes out the way if it hasn't dried yet. So if you go to either end, it gives you more room to play with. So I wouldn't personally recommend starting in the middle. I would start either at the inner corners or the outer corners. So if you're putting a 9 in the middle, a 9 in the corner, a 9 in the corner. You're doing a 13, you're doing a cat eye, so you do a 13 on the end, you do a 13 on the end. And then you're going to do a 11 in the middle and 11 in the middle. So 9, 11, 13. So then you put the other 2 sizes in between. You should do at least 4 to 6 different lashes on each eye. So that's your mapping. And I'll teach you how to do that down the line. But that's how that works. Hopping around to make sure that it looks full. All right. So fan often and check for stickies. Stickies are when the glue doesn't dry. That's another reason why you want to hop around, because you want to leave that once you isolate and put that glue on, you want to leave it alone for a minute so that it has a chance to kind of set a little bit before you go back over there and make sure nothing got stuck. If when you go back over there after doing these other ones and you go back and you see something stuck, then just gently go ahead and pull it apart. You would rather pull it apart then before it cures over the next 12 hours. And then now she's got a problem. It's okay for you to go ahead and pull that apart. And I'll show you how to safely pull it apart. Okay. All right. So why do we prep lashes? Two options for prepping. You can do the lash bath and the priming. Okay. Some people say that priming is another solution that keeps the glue from the natural lash. After I do the lash bath, I personally don't want anything between my glue and the clean lash that I just cleaned. But you have primer, so the next step in that would be lash bath. Then you want to put your primer on, then you want to start lashing. Okay, but then now they have bonders out that are really, really popular. So what I do is I do my lash bath, I skip the priming, I make sure that the lashes are good and dry and spread them out. And then I go ahead and put the glue, or go ahead and put the lash on with the glue. And then I do a bonder at the end of it. Bonders are really, really popular. They weren't at the beginning of lashing. They just weren't. They're popular now because people want the lashes to last. Okay. And it's okay if they use a bonder, because a bonder helps you. You're thinking, well, if they use a bonder, then that means they're not going to come back to you every 2 weeks. False. They're going to come back to you every 2 weeks. But guess what? When they come back, they're going to have 50, 60% of the lashes still on there. And guess what? You still got 50 more lashes that ain't been touched. Because you got new baby lashes that are coming in. You got grown lashes that have been in there. You got other lashes that are lifting and coming off that you got to replace. So that just gets them fuller and fuller and fuller, which means they're happier and happier and happier, which means the tips get better and better and better because they're happy. So if they want to use a bonder, let them use a bonder. But what you do is you sell them your bonder. I'll teach y'all about add-ons. All right, so taping method. Okay, so you put the under eye patch, which you guys already did, right? You put it underneath. Now you see, make sure that you didn't put your tape. Remember the eye, it shows you where the eye is open. Make sure you didn't put this iPad over their little open eye part that's on your mannequin. Make sure that it's down under there, okay? I slid mine, if you look, I slid mine down a little bit. And the reason why I did that is because you're going to put the under eye patch on there, and then you're going to still tape it across there. So you're going to put the iPad down, and then you're going to put 2 pieces of tape across. So go ahead and take your tape and put 1 piece of tape across, start with the inner corner of the nose and put it across there, and then start in the other direction. So the tape should look like this across the iPad. And that's just to get all of the other hairs. Because remember, you're gonna just sit it down a little bit further down so that the tape has an opportunity to stick on the lash. The reason why you want the tape to stick on the lash is so that when the client closes their eyes, it doesn't slide up into their eye. If you put the tape directly on top of the pad without it touching the eyelash at all, then that iPad will slide up into the eye. Have y'all ever been laying there getting your eyelashes done and the iPad is poking your eyeball? That's because it's moved up. That's because the tape is not on the skin, and the iPad is too far up. Always take the nose closest to the nose first. Tape that one across, and make sure that it's just a little bit on the nose. Don't make it too far past the iPad. It just needs to be just a little bit so it sticks. And then I'll walk around and make sure that looks good for you guys. Does anybody have any questions before we all go our separate ways? Y'all have any questions online?
No, thank you. We're good.
Okay, thank you, Maria. I heard something.
It's me, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela.
Hi, I was gonna ask you, I know you said you didn't do lash lifts like in your business. Did I hear that correct?
No, lash lifts are Esty. Esties do lash lift.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Why-
anything that we teach in, because it's a chemical. So you have to have an esthetician license to do a lash lift.
Okay, but you're like a cosmetologist, so you could do it if you wanted to, right?
I could, but I don't.
Do you just not like it, or do you just think there's more?
I don't like chemicals, so that's why I don't do a perm. I don't do anything with chemicals. I'm chemical free. And there's a reason why I don't do chemicals. I used to get perms myself, and they removed 3 tumors from my right breast. I've had the same surgery on my right breast because of tumors that were consistent of chemicals from perm. So my body reacts really negatively to chemicals. I can't ingest them. My body just reacts to it. So that's why I can never be an esthetician. And that's why I just do the braiding part as far as cosmetology. So
Gotcha.
that's a personal, situation there.
Okay. I was just curious because I love your business advice. So I love picking your brain to see what you think about things.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you. I just don't have anything to add to that. It's a chemical. I mean, when I go and open up the cabinet for the Estes, they say, oh, they'll come to me. I have the key. I'll be on the floor because, on Thursdays, I'm on clinic floor and the estheticians come to me and need me to open up that cabinet. Ooh, I open that cabinet. I'll be like, oh my God, I cannot. The smell just makes me nauseous. I don't know how y'all do it. I do not know how y'all do it. So that's just me. But everyone's good at something, thank God. That's the fact. Okay, do y'all have any other questions before I let y'all go? If y'all want to hang around for 10 more minutes, you can, and I'll give you credit all the way to 12. If not, I can let y'all go now. It's up to you. Any questions? Questions? Okay, you can stay. All right. Estefani left the meeting. Everyone else looks like, oh, yes, Michelle. You got to take your phone off mute. You're on mute.
I was saying if it's not the glue, if it's not sticking, does that mean I need more glue or is the environment too humid?
Is it runny or is it
A little runny? Yeah.
Yep, that means that you don't have enough humidity in the air. So put your humidifier on. You have a humidifier?
Thank you.
Do you have a humidifier?
No.
Okay, so
Do I have a humidifier? No. It's what could be a plan B?
Open up the window. Missed it.
Open up the window. Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Gotta add moisture to the room.
Add moisture to the room. Okay, I got it. Okay, thank you.
No problem. No worries at all. I'm glad to help.
Thank you.
Okay. Y'all hold your mannequins up. Let me see. Yep, but this part here can go under the skin. See under that skin part there? The tape needs to be up to where, so I understand that this over here is high enough because it's already touching the corner, but you could turn it more this way and make sure that this part of the tape is on the skin. And what you're doing is the tape touching the skin underneath the eye is stopping this iPad from shooting up in her eye the minute she closes it. If you don't do that, then now she's got an iPad in her eye. And I've had a red eye for 2 days because the iPad went up in my eye. I got my eyes closed. I done fell asleep. And then when with an iPad sitting in my eye for 2 hours. And then now I got a real red eye as a result. The tape will stop the iPad from sliding up into your eye, and that's the purpose for it. Yes. Nailed it. See how her tape is stopping that iPad from moving up? So yes. Can you pass those up? Yours is too far down. Your iPad is. So you can bring your iPad up more because you just want just a little bit of the tape to sit because it's uncomfortable. You ever had those stylists that are cheap and they don't put an iPad at all? They just put and they just put the tape across there. Don't be cheap. That sensitive skin under that eye is so sensitive. I upgrade to a collagen iPad for my clients. So this is what I do. I'm gonna teach y'all add-ons like in the best way. I won't say in the worst way, but in the best way. Okay, so you'll say, hey, how are we today? Thank you. How did you find out about us? You're doing a consultation, right? Because you're gonna do a consultation first, and I'll teach y'all consultation. They're coming to you, you're finding out, what they want and how they found you and all that kind of stuff, right? So once we decide to do a consultation, we figure out what they want, then they lay down and I take them down. I said, well, today I have collagen iPads that actually moisturize the skin and rejuvenate the under eye skin since it's so sensitive for additional $5, or I have my standard iPads. Which one would you like? Money. They go, oh, collagen. Yeah, I'll take one of those. And then boom, made $5. You ain't got started yet. Or they say, no, they want to spend money on something else because you're still going to offer them 400 things before they get up off your table. Because, add-ons, add-ons, add-ons. Don't just let them come and get one service, okay? And I'm going to teach you threading so you can throw that in there too. You follow me? It's not licensed or anything. There's not a test on it, but why not make money for it? It takes 10 minutes. I'm going to teach you threading so you can add that on too. So if they don't take the collagen iPad, then now you got to challenge yourself. Okay, they can buy something for their year in addition to the set of lashes they're going to get. And I'll teach you how to do that and do that. So some will be like, no, it's okay. It's okay. But you're going to get them on down the line anyway. Some of them want the furry, cute little mascara wands with the glitter in the tube. And, I buy those and they'll buy those for $5. Or they'll buy or when you get done, okay, so you'll say, okay, I'm done with your classic lash. We've been working on it for 2 hours. I see here, I've got about 80% of your lashes full. If you have an extra 30 minutes for additional $15, I can go ahead and fill you all the way up. Because you've already been working on it for 2 hours. But this is once you get fast and you get good and you know what I mean? Then you're thinking they got more of toward the 125 lashes than they do because the average person is going to have about 90 lashes. They're not going to have 125 lashes, but you're just like, oh my gosh, she has so many lashes. You'll see the type. The eyes are really wide and they got these long, beautiful lashes, or they're not long, but they got a lot of them, which they're short, so it takes a lot of time to isolate, and they've got tons and tons of lashes. Well, after you don't lash them for 2 hours, now you're going in the red, right? We're here to stay in the green. We're not trying to go in the red because we're here to make what? That part. So after you're done with 2 hours of lashing and lashed your butt off, you got like 110 lashes on them, but there's still, 20 lashes per eye. You're thinking, okay, well, I'm done. I've been working on your lashes for 2 hours. You have about 70 or 80, you have about 80% of your lashes. If you have an extra 30 minutes for additional $15, I can go ahead and I'll completely lash you all 100%. If not, then, just come back and see me in a week or two and we'll go ahead and get you lashed up then. They have a choice to make. They're like, shoot, I got to go to my baby's graduation. I'm getting married tomorrow. Whatever the case may be. And then they're like, no, I got 30 minutes. And so boom, I made an extra $15. You follow? Okay, so then at the end, you're thinking, now you're doing aftercare, right, when it's done. Okay, so let's say she goes, no, I need to go. So I don't have 2 hours. I got to go pick up my baby. So she doesn't decline the collagen patches, right? She doesn't decline the extra service for the pads, right? You got 2 more things to come in them, okay? You ain't giving up yet. They're going to add on something. So then, of course, the threading, you can offer that to them. Say, you know what, you're bright. I see your eyebrows are really growing in really good. Would you like me to go ahead and thread that for you really quick? Oh, you thread? Yes, I do. How much? 15, 20, 25, whatever you're feeling. If it's a slow day, charge her 20. If it's a busy day and you're just like, oh my God, I don't have time for this. I got another client to be here in 15 minutes. Then just charge her 10, just so you can hurry up and do some quick cleanup. You follow me? Okay. So then let's say she doesn't do that. Well, no, I just wait. I got a lady that I go to that threads. So I maybe next time. You're thinking, you ain't bought nothing. You ain't bought my collagen badge. You ain't bought my extended eyelash service that I offered you. You ain't bought my you don't want no threading. Then you get them at the aftercare. Then you're like, okay, so I see you have some breakage, some damage I noticed on your lashes. You're like, yeah, I'm a picker. I kind of pick. I said, are you using eyelash growth? No, not really. Does that help? Yes, I do. And said, well, what kind should I get? And I said, well, you can't use all eyelash growth because some eyelash growth will actually take your extensions off. I sell eyelash growth here that actually is for extensions. And so, oh yeah, let me get that. They want to grow their lashes because they want to keep getting their lashes. Oh, you got them there. That's $50 pop. Poop, got you. And then offer, hey, you want a $5 wand? You get the long, cute little ones from Alibaba that have the cute little fans in there. You don't spend what, 90 cents for them? You sell them $5. Check. You here to make what?
Right.
That part. Okay. Add-ons, add-ons, add-ons. All right, y'all. Go to lunch. I'll put y'all down for 12. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, Mr. Braden will be on at 1:30. So if you want to jump on there and get some hours for that too.